All right, so I prefaced the kids, we're in a basketball game. We got 4 shots at the end of the game, and please write that down. We want to make 3, because if you, let's say that you make 3 out of the 4 shots, then you'll have made enough that you're going to win the game, yay, okay? And you're normally a 75% free throw shooter. That's your average. So you probably should make 3 out of 4. But you can't just say there's a 100% chance that you're going to make 3 out of 4. Isn't there a chance you'll make 4 out of 4? Yeah. Isn't there a chance you'll only make 2 out of 4? Yeah. There's even a chance that you're not going to make any. Not high, but it's possible. So this special formula that I'm about to do, please write this with me. C with 2 parentheses after it. This is called the binomial formula. Once you know how to set this thing up, it's super easy. You're just going to type this thing into the calculator and it'll tell you your probability. All right? All right. Then it's a C. Do you remember doing these on your calculator? It's 4 choosing 3. Do you think the order that we make the shots in really matters? If you get 3 out of 4, do you care if you made the first 3 or if you made the last 3 or if you missed one in the middle or whatever? Who cares? So the order doesn't matter. That's why I'm using a C, not a P. Okay? And would you know how to put this in your calculator? I hope so. This is the moment where we have to stop, and you either have to bust out one of those calculators, the big graphing kind, or go log into single sign-on. I know it's a pain in the butt, but that's the only way. For you today, since you don't have your calculator, come on. Bring your phone with you. I'm going to let you borrow mine. Because you can't use your iPad. In a moment, I'm going to walk around and want to see this calculator up. So don't get lazy and not pull it up, or you have to chew on you a little bit. Please, pull it up now. Takes a minute. You take your headphone out. Quarter? No headphone in? Okay, good. No picture. All right. Then, this part, you can just put in a calculator and it gets you a decimal. Would you please do that? 4C3. If you forgot where that NCR thing is that you need on the calculator, it's under Math button, which is kind of on the left side near the top. And then you want to arrow over until you're on the PROB. For some older calculators, it's PRB menu. And then you want to find arrow down, actually, I should use a down arrow, until you get to NCR. It's the only thing with a big C. Then, if you have the old software, you're going to go 4 here and a 3 here, and then your calculator will calculate it. If you have the new software, you have a little box here and a little box here, and you just put the 4 and the 3 in the boxes. All right. Have that on your calculator. And this time, instead of me walking around, I want you to see what that came up to. By the way, Chase, what did it come up to? Your person next to you needs to have this on their calculator. If they don't know how to do it, then it's your job to show them, okay? These 2 rows, compare. Straight across. You guys compare straight across. If you don't know how to do it, you need to learn it now. You got it detected. You guys got it? All right, so all that work, and we just figured out this first part is 4. So now what? Well, the rest of this I think makes sense. We'll see if you think it makes sense. The first thing is what you want. And what do we want? We want to make it. And what's the probability we're going to make it? 0.75. What do you think the other thing is? If the first thing's what you want to happen, what do you think the other thing is? They're both probabilities. This was a probability of what we wanted. Okay, maybe this isn't as intuitive as I thought it was. The other part is a 25% chance that you're going to miss it. So I'm going to write, maybe since you weren't getting it the other way, I'll say this is make, and this is miss. You need to take really good notes. I don't make you write down many things. This is the thing for today. On all the homework problems, you're going to have to set up this same formula. Learn how to do it from this example. All right, so this first thing you typed in and you got 4. This you type in, and if it was just this, oh my gosh, that'd be so easy. But there's one more little thing. You got your 0.75 here, and you got your 0.25 here. But this is to the power of how many makes I had. This number will always be the same as this number. I'm going to make 3. So I have 3 0.75s. That's like, I'm going to make 3 of them, so I have 0.75 times 0.75 times 0.75. Now somebody smart's going to figure out what to put here. Say it if you know it. 1 is correct. Why? We had 3 makes and 1 miss. And if you type exactly this, we already know the first answer is 4. You type exactly that, exactly how you see it, into your calculator, you'll get the answer. Four times 0.75 to the third times 0.25 to the 1. Now, if you're really smart about this, you don't even put a times in here because you know 2 parentheses right next to each other. The calculator's going to do times anyways. And if you're really smart, you're not even going to put it to the 1 because you know putting it to the 1 doesn't really do anything, right? So save yourself the time of that. But if you type exactly what's here, it'll work. All right. Jonathan, what did you get? Point something? I couldn't hear you. The final answer. The whole thing. You haven't typed it in yet? I'll come back to you. Jack. Can anybody verify 0.42? All right, cool. Now I want you to process what that means. Do you remember when I said it was about a basketball game? And they were taking 4 shots. And we kind of expected them to make 3 out of 4, but we just figured out the probability they're going to make it is only 42%. The reason is because there's about a 28% chance or something like that they're going to make 4 out of 4. So it'll make more sense if you look at this and go, oh, there's about a 70% chance that they're going to make at least 3. They'll either make 3 or 4. You see what I'm saying? And there's also a fairly decent chance that they're only going to make 2 out of 4. I mean, if you're supposed to make 3 out of 4 and you only make 2 out of 4, that's pretty common. All right. So this should be surprising to you that it's that low. There's only a 42% chance that you would make 3 out of 4 shots, even though you're normally a 3 out of 4 shooter. Because there's also this chance of 4 out of 4, and there's also this chance of 2 out of 4. All right. Now we're going to do something similar. Except I'm going to change sports, and I'm going to change the percentages and all that stuff. And I'm going to you don't have to do this one, you just have to pay attention. This time it's soccer, and you're pretty good at kicking a free kick, and you're pretty good at hitting the corners, and so you've got this free kick, and you're going to pip, kick it in there. You're a 90%, if you have a good placement of where the ball is going to be for this kick. Yeah, a 90% chance you're going to get it in. Okay, because it's a big goal, and the goalie's not that big, and you get a good chance. You get 3 shots, and you just really want to make 2 out of 3 of these shots at the end of the soccer game. You want 2 makes. Then the probability I would set up would go like this. I get 3 shots and I want to make 2. There's a 90% chance I'm going to make it, and a what percent chance I'm going to miss it? 10. And how many do I want to make? I want to make 2, so I put 2 there. And then I don't want to, but I'm probably going to have 1 miss. If I type that all in my calculator, that would tell me the probability that I would make 2 out of the 3. Does that make sense to you? How I set that up makes sense? This was make. This is miss. And I think we got you also, you know how to put these in. Kind of a pain in the butt. You get that answer first. And then you go type in the rest of it with it. All right, so I'm going to give you a problem now. See if you can set it up. See if you learned this thing. First, would you please start with a C and 2 parentheses. Your scenario is going to be about lacrosse. Who in here plays lacrosse? 0? All right, then you won't be interested in it. Who in here plays hockey? Only 2 hockey players? Okay, who in here has played, what's another big sport? We already did basketball. Baseball. Who in here plays baseball? Okay, that's the most. All right, we're going with baseball example. So you are normally a 350 hitter. What that means is you have a 35% chance that you're going to hit it. That's actually pretty good. You would think that's kind of a small percent, but for hitting, a 350 would be a great batting average. You get 4 at-bats. And you want to figure out the probability, this is all that they're always probabilities, of 2 hits. Don't type it in that takes too long, just set it up. If you set it up right, then we'll practice typing it. Try setting this up. You get 4 chances. You're looking at trying to get 2 hits out of 4, which is better than your average. So it's not that likely you're going to get 2 out of 4 hits, because that'd be a 50%. All right. I get there's some people that are still a little lost. I could check. I saw a few iPads. And there's others of you that totally get this and are bored and want to move on. But you got to wait just a minute till I think I got it. Almost everybody. This is the part where I want you to compare. What numbers did you put here and here and here and here and here and here? Compare that to the kid next to you at this time. You are correct. 4C2 means you had 4 chances and you want to get 2 hits. I'm going to put this as hit. And what's in there? 0.35. No reason to put the 0. You could if you want. And then what's the other one? 0.65, because they have to add up to 100%, right? And then there's only 2 little numbers left. It's just here and here. Hunter, what'd you get for the hits?
2 and
2 here and 2 there, because it needs to be a total of 4. And this number is always this number. Cool. Now, there's another category. Do you know how to type it all in correctly? Take a minute. Type it all in correctly. Get your final answer. It's some decimal. Pause for a minute while you type this exactly into the calculator, but do this part first. And then don't forget to include it in your answer. All right, here we go. Dice of Destiny. Key, it's you. What'd you get? Point what? 3.1. Anybody verify 0.31? Oh, it's like half the people are nodding. All right. Now, that's a scary thing for me, because if only half of you are nodding, that means some of you got something else, and either one of the groups got it right and one didn't. So what's the other answer that's competing out there? Who's got another answer that's maybe close to that but different? Oh, I'm going to ask one more time. You really got to take this serious. Who got that exact answer? Raise your hand if you did. Oh, okay. It was just a limp little, like, 4 people raised their hands before. Okay, good. All right, good. Yay, I think you get it. So, now, from the top, without any crutches of me setting it up for you or anything, I'm just going to tell you a story. It's like you would on the test. You have to do the probability for it. Okay, ready? We're going to go back to basketball because I have a half-court basketball that I put in my backyard because I like basketball so much. So, I go out there and shoot free throws. I would say right now I'm about a 75% free throw shooter. If I go take 3 shots right now, what's the probability I'll make 2 out of 3? Let's say that one more time. I'm normally a 75% free throw shooter. I'm going to go out in my backyard. I'm going to shoot 3 shots. What's the probability I'm going to make 2 out of the 3? All right, type it in. Get your actual decimal answer. You're going to compare with the kid next to you. If both of you have different answers and think you're right, you should really dig in and talk about, you must have typed something different on the calculator. All right. I didn't hear how many people actually talking. Would you please? I'm going to make you talk to the person next to you. I want you to talk to them again. If you have to, talk to them again. These 2 rows, talk to each other. All right. Liam, what should I type into the calculator? This. 3C2. I know how to put that in. And what did you get when you did 3C2? All right, good. And then 0.75 to the
second.
Yep. And then misses?
1.
Yes. There you go. Chase, final answer, 0.42? All right, good. Now, could these get harder? Yeah, unfortunately, they can get a little harder. It goes like this. There was also a chance that I would get lucky and make 3 out of 3? Now, you might just think, well, that's the same exact question. You're just going to change the numbers a little bit. Yeah, but here's how they would word the question. What's the probability that I will make at least 2? Doesn't at least 2 mean the probability you're going to make 2 or 3? So then you got to do it twice. This was making 2, or you might make 3, and then you add them together. Okay, so figure out the probability. This was 2. Now figure out the probability of 3. Making 3. Do it. And then get your decimals for each and then add them together. We already figured out this one's 0.42. Don't do that one again. Figure out the probability you make 3 now. And then add them together. Questions? It is. It is. Okay, so when you put in 3C2, you got 3. That's awesome. Now you have to just say times all that. So 3 times parentheses 1.75 to the second, all that. All that. So you say times and the rest of it. All right, Esh, can you tell me what you got for this equation down here? It starts with a 3.
3, and then,
C,
oh,
3C,
and then 2.
3C2. No, we already did that one.
Oh, 1.
Okay. I can tell we have a little work to do here still. So this is the finding the probability we're going to make 3. If I have 3 shots, this will be a 3. Okay? That's how many I took. This is how many I made. I took 3 and I made 3. Okay, so that's 3C3. Now, if you want to save some time in the future, 3C3 is just going to be a 1. Isn't it? I think so. Okay, like did you type it in? Did you anybody type in 3C3? Yeah. Did you come up with 1? Yeah. All right, so anytime it's the same exact number, like 4C4, 5C5, it's just a 1. It'll save you a little bit of time. You'll probably type it in the calculator just to be sure, but that's fine. 0.75 to the 3. And then what do you do if you've already used up all 3 shots? 0.25 to the 0. And you could save some time here. What's anything to the 0? That's just 1. You see how you could save time there and just type in a 1? But go ahead, type it all in, just do it carefully and it'll work. All right. And then, if that's really just 1, and that's really just 1, really you could have just typed in this. Joe, what did you get when you typed in the 0.75 to the third part?
I got the 0.42 again. So, for answer.
Did you? Isn't that weird? All right. Now, what's the probability that I'll make at least 2 of the shots? Is it 42% that I'm going to make at least 2 shots? No. 84% chance. Okay. So at least is something that you'd have to be able to handle. All right. One more from the top. By now you should be getting pretty good at this. Just make the formula. Don't have to type it in. We'll save the time. Just make the formula right and I'll know you got this. All right. This time it's about flipping or rolling a die. You know the theoretical probability that I get a 6? What is the theoretical probability? 1 out of 6. Isn't that actually a decimal? It is. I'll save you some time. It's about 0.16, which is weird. That's the chances I get a 6. All right. Then there's a pretty high chance I don't get a 6, right? All right, so here's my question. If I roll this die 3 times, what's the probability that I'm going to get 2 6s? Don't let your mind be like, oh, this is a completely different question. No, it's not. It's a C with 2 parentheses. And there's a 16% chance I'm going to get a 6. And did anybody figure out there's like an 84% chance that I'm not going to get a 6? All right, good. How many times did I roll a dice? 3 times. And I wanted to get 2 6s. Then this number always goes here. They're the same every time. And then you got to figure out what goes here. What does go there? Say it if you know it. 1 goes there. Good. That's the setup. And the question again was, I'm rolling a die and there's about a 16% chance you get a 6. What's the probability that I'm going to get 2 6s? This would do it. Now, there's another way to do the question, but I just want you to see this will work for a lot of different scenarios. Okay, and now we have a Schoology quiz, which only has like 6 questions. It's going to be pretty easy, I think. So, would you bust that out at this time? I'll do the first problem with you. Kai, would you read me problem 1 off the Schoology quiz?
A basketball player has a 60% chance of making each free throw.
Stop! Right away, I know I'm doing this. Okay, keep going.
What is the probability that the player makes exactly 3 out of 6 throws?
Ooh, 3 out of 6. 3, 6. It's not like that. What do I do? 6 and then 3. Yes. The bigger number is always on the left. 6, and I'm going to make 3. Then do you remember me saying that 3 always gets copied right there? All right. Liam, finish it off. What goes in here?
44.
Good. And then what goes there?
3.
Yep. Because total, if they made 3, they're going to miss 3 to make a total of 6. There you go. And if you can type that in properly on your calculator, you got it. Just be careful about the rounding. Jack Johnson, read what it says about what to round the decimal to. Yep. First, are we on the question 1 of the Schoology quiz? Are you there? Oh, dang it. Come on, Jack. Get with the program. Chase,
Can I show you some of my calculator out here? It's not
I understand. I can help you with that later. For right now, get the Schoology quiz open. Chase, could you read me what you got? And then we'll talk about what to round it to. These do take a while to type in, I know.
For the whole answer?
Yep.
0.27.
Does it keep going or not?
Yeah.
Keep going.
648.
All right. Now, what does it say about where to round to?
Round it into 2 decimal.
2 decimal places. Do you get that 0.27 would have been wrong? What would it actually be? 0.28. I like to do it this way. Look at what 2 decimal places would be, and then look at this number and decide. Only option you have is to make the 7 go up 1, and you have to do that in this case. All right, there you go. We're started. That means you're halfway done. So if you get stuck, ask, and I'm going to be reminding you about the last 2 days' homework. A lot of you guys got lazy there. I know, there was a sub here. I get that. But I did give you time yesterday, and I taught you how to do it. And I set those last 2 homework assignments to you get the highest score. So if you try it 3 times and the 3rd time you get a perfect paper, you get the perfect paper. You should have perfect papers on the last 2 homework assignments. Okay? And if you have underestimated how much homework is worth, honestly, any one of you is typically about 2% away from a grade. Say you're at a 91. Then if you get 2 more percent, you're at a straight A instead of an A minus. Almost everybody is that close. And do you know what the difference would be on turning in 2 homework assignments? About 1%. It like gets you a whole percent for 2 homework assignments. So if don't have them turned in and you go to perfect papers on them, you're going to go up a whole percent in my class. That's worth it. So look at your last couple days of homework. Get those up to perfect papers. It's a rare chance. I almost never do that. Okay, that's all I got for you for today.